Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jerome, and thank you so much for stopping by to the channel. Today, we're starting something new on the channel where we're going to do pretty much reactions to people's ban list or their takes on the current game and stuff like that, and pretty much just give our feedback on it throughout the video. I'm pretty sure you guys know what reaction videos are. You guys seen tons of them. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and start with none other than PAK. This video has been recommended to me today, so I haven't seen or anything like that. And I just kind of want to watch it along with you guys to just see what his takes are and see where it goes from there. If you do enjoy videos like this, please let me know in the comments below so I can, keep making them in the future or whatnot. Like and subscribe so you don't miss any other videos that I make in the future. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Make it bigger. All right, let's see what he's got to say.
YouTube. Hey, what's up, guys? PAK back here.
Oh no!
Before we continue with the rest of the
He's
video,
selling me
don't
things.
forget to go to TixFilm.com. Prediction.
Right, let's get into it.
After NAWCQ and
as a first look, this seems more like a wish list just because of so many cards on here. This doesn't look too much like a prediction kind of list, maybe. I mean, there's so many things. We already know that when it comes to ban lists, they typically only hit about 4 to 5 cards. 3 of them, which is like game changing. The other ones just kind of just don't matter. The only time that there was like a lot was literally that the one in December or something where it was like 25 cards or something like that. But yeah, this is a lot of cards right off the rip.
Heroes finish, I figured I share what I think the next August ban list will look like. Konami, I gotta give you guys your flowers. After Konami announced that they are going to be releasing a ban list at the end of August, I figured why not?
Dogwood? Spooky Dogwood. Freaking
Not make a prediction. And look, guys, I know the comments are gonna go crazy like they always do during every ban list prediction. But I do think that what I have is a combination of the most accurate ban list prediction, Copium, as well as some wish lists.
Huh?
I think right now what I currently see, just kicking it right off, I'm in the forbidden side, is I think Flambers should get banned, and I could see it getting banned. I think Snake Eyes has been dominating the meta for a very long time now, and this might be, I don't know.
Flamebird's getting banned. I'm with it. I've been saying that Flamebird should have been banned like a while back. We should have had an emergency ban list where Flamebird should have gotten banned. It's the most dominating deck. We can talk about it forever, but
This might be the time where we can finally see Snake Eyes rotate out of the meta, but still making the Snake Eye engine still playable for like other fire archetypes. So yeah, I think like a good hit would be Flamberge. I can also see the inverse, which is like they keep Flamberge and they just limit Snake Eye Ash. I think it's one or the other, so I have it like here because I don't know what exactly.
Snake Eye Ash being limited.
Put either like
yeah, Snake Eye. I think that it should be banned and Snake Eye Ash be limited. But let's be reasonable here. This, for some reason, Snake Eyes is like Konami's baby right now, and honestly, I can see them doing something like banning Snake Eye Oak and then keeping everything else like free roaming. I can see that happening because this is like their money-making child right now. Another thing that I could see is like potentially just like them banning like Temple for some apparent reason and then just letting the entire deck play out like normal. Yeah, I would not be shocked if this is what they do, but yeah.
Either or. I wouldn't say.
I don't disagree with PAK here. I think that this should be banned.
Or limit Snake Eye Ash, in my opinion.
And I think this should be limited.
And then of course the next culprit is like Beatrice. I think we've seen some degenerate
Beatrice
come out.
Beatrice needs to go. Beatrice is a problem. This card, ever since it came out, I mean, being able to just Foolish Barrel any card you need from your deck to the graveyard, should be banned. Foolish Burial is limited, but it only foolishes, just monsters. And I know you got Foolish Burial the goods, and that's a 3 and stuff like that. But the thing is that Beatrice is just insane because you can use it on your opponent's turn as well. This card should have been banned a long time ago. I don't know why it's still in the game.
Beatrice, and this is a card that has been, honestly, people have been begging for a ban ever since like she's been legal.
Yeah.
I don't think Beatrice has ever been used for good. And usually,
correct,
like,
it has not.
Involved in like some pretty degenerate strategies, especially with like the Mayakashi traps, the rollback, the angel.
I'm guilty. I've done that.
Yeah, I think Beatrice.
Why not? It's broken.
Or getting banned would actually be pretty reasonable. I think like the reason why they wanted to wait after Nats, after Euros, is because they wanted to see the impact of Beatrice. And I think Beatrice is a card that could honestly just get banned. Yeah.
Yep. Needs to get out of here.
Moon of the Closed World. I think there's gonna be a hot take. Might get a lot of pushback on this. I think the reason why this card was a comment in the latest set was because of the fact that they're planning to hit it. They kind of like put.
So my friend has been saying this too. My friend has said that since this card came as a common in this latest pack, he believes that it's going to get banned because it bridges perfectly into the Fiendsmith stuff. You can take pretty much any 2 cards, just go right into this, and then there you go. Now you got the full Fiendsmith engine. I've even seen some deck profiles of people only playing like one Fiendsmith because basically they can just take, again, any two monsters to just go right into Requiem and then get all the Fiendsmith stuff going. And yeah, they don't even play the Tractus or whatever. They literally just play only one copy of the Engraver because that's all you really need if you have this. So with this out of the picture, it could change everything. So this being a comment, it be banned. I can get with it. I wouldn't be mad.
Put it in, or like
it would be kind of suck because I
they're gonna
haven't
take
played
away
it yet.
How they took
so.
away the heavy samurai link one away.
Yeah,
it's a common. I think a lot of people won't lose a lot of money.
Bring it back. They banned him. Bring it back, man. It had 3 weeks to play.
Banning Moon of the Closed World will allow you to still play the Fiendsmith cards, but just not make it as easily accessible with any two monsters, which I think is totally fair. There'll still be ways to bridge Requiem, right? You can do you can look for rank 3 Light Fiends, rank 4 Light Fiends, and you can look for other ways to get access to Light Fiends, but it just won't be as generic as two monsters. So I think that's gonna be kind of nice. So the next is gonna be something close and dear to my heart, either Sanctifier or Gimmick Puppet / Ito gets banned. So I think they either go for the Master Duel approach.
I don't know why Ito's here. Does anyone even play Ito for the branded deck? I haven't seen Ito in a list since probably over a year ago. It's been mostly just Gimmick, right? I think Ito was like a thing at first before people found out about Gimmick, and then once people realized that Gimmick's a card, they just immediately went to Gimmick, and Ito hasn't really even been a thing anymore. But I do understand why he put Ito here. Maybe it's because it's like, hey, if they ban Gimmick Puppet, they have to ban Ito, and they have to ban all these other cards that do the same thing. But I think instead of banning all the cards that do stuff like that, you might as well just ban the problem itself, which is the Sanctifier. But the thing is that Branded really isn't winning anything. It's topping barely a little bit, and I think due to the fact that all these other decks are topping so much and Branded has kind of fallen off because of it, I don't really think that they're going to ban it. And is this getting reprinted in the 10s? If so, I doubt that it will get banned, but I don't know.
Where they ban Gimmick, Puppet, Nightmare, and then they ban Ito. Or, of course, they try to go for the Sanctifier.
I mean, it should have been banned. It should have been banned way back when.
So one of those. I mean, I think there's not much that needs to be said. We both know how unfair they can be. So yeah. Lastly, or next, that's up on the list, the chopping block. And I think this is more of a wish list. I doubt this would happen, but I hope that Konami takes away something from the live streams these past 2 weekends.
Fucking Dogwood, dude. I have been seeing this being posted on everywhere. I think I've only seen one video talking about it, and it just blew my mind. I want to hear what he's gonna say.
Dogwood has to go.
Dogwood has to go.
Degenerate gameplay, where people just take their time, and try to go to game 3 and resolve resolve the Dogwood and just kind of win off that cheese hand trap. Honestly, when it's close to time, you can even.
So is he implying that people are stalling on purpose, playing Dogwood, so then when they go to game 3, they have Dogwood in their hand, and just let me just
argue that Dogwood is even better than Maxi, because of how
Dogwood is better than Maxi.
Ignorant it is. I just think that this card promotes very degenerate gameplay, and it promotes people going to time almost on purpose. So I feel like Dogwood is something that should be hit to kind of because I think the only way to solve the time issue is obviously people can just play faster, but I think that because we have evolved the game in such a pace that the combos just take quite a while now. Look at the Ubel combos. It's not.
All right, so Zane, I think this is why a lot of people are these pro players or people that have these big channels or I guess promoting this Dogwood has to be banned is because I think their problem is that they enjoy playing these these very long combo heavy decks, and they don't want to lose to blowout cards that really don't do much. All Dogwood is doing is just gaining life points, but the thing is that they know that their turns are going to take upwards of 10 to 20 minutes, and so they don't want to lose because of themselves, right? They want to make sure that they can win, so they don't want to lose because they're playing the game and they're just eating up the time because they want to ensure that they win with their long combos. And so they just want the one card that's stopping them ban. I mean, look at Maxi, right? Maxi, in my opinion, it can come back. I know that I know that a lot of people hate Maxi. I get it. I fully understand, right? But just like how he said, the game has fully evolved to these long combos, right? That you need something in the game to check it. And lo and behold, we have Dogwood now. Out of all things, Dogwood is actually playable now. And it's only good because people are taking a very long ass time to do their combo. You can go and watch the Euro Nats and the American Nats that just happened, right? And you can see that some of these Fiendsmith decks are taking upwards to 20 minutes a turn. There was one game where I think the person that was doing a combo, I don't remember the names or anything, but he was playing Fiendsmith Snake Eyes, and he took 24 minutes to do his entire turn. That was turn one. 24 fucking minutes. Do you think that that is good for a card game? Is for having someone to sit there and play for 24 minutes while the other person waits? I don't think that's healthy whatsoever. And so to combat that, I think it's fine that people are playing cards like Dogwood. You know what? If you want to sit here and waste 24 minutes of my time, I'm going to sit here and activate a card, and you're going to give me all my life points. You're going to get it. You're going to let me do something here, right? You shouldn't deserve to just sit there and play however long you want and have nothing happen to you whatsoever. So I think that this whole argument that Dogwood should be banned is a fucking joke. Like it is stupid. It is dumb that they're complaining about Dogwood. This is not a problem card whatsoever. So I don't get it. Promoting toxic gameplay. Are you serious? The problem is not Dogwood. The problem is that Konami has a stupid rule for time that should be completely changed and reverted back to the old days where you had 3 turns when time is called, right? That's the problem. And the other problem is Konami keeps making these stupid one-card combos that take 10 minutes uninterrupted. But if they go interrupted, it takes 20 minutes. That's the fucking problem. It's not Dogwood.
It's not something you could just do like in a couple minutes. It might just take like 5-6 minutes now, 7 minutes.
So, I play a different deck.
I think that part getting hit would be pretty solid.
I know you want to win. I know you want to win. Just play a different deck. If you're losing the time, if Dogwood is scaring you, just play a control style deck. I mean, no one's forcing you to play these long combo decks, man. Like no one's forcing anyone to play these kind of long convoluted decks. I know you want to win, but you don't have to like do that. You don't have to play these long. I mean, look at like what the person that won Nats, the Euro Nats. He played Tempot. That's not a long convoluted combo deck that loses to Dogwood. It's just it's a one turn kill kind of thing. And I hate Tempai with the passion, but I mean, like if Dogwood's the problem, just play a deck that doesn't lose to it.
I mean, Centurion's getting a lot more support. Whitewoods literally makes Calamity for fun. I think they're on the trends of hitting Floodgate type extra deck cards. So
Calamity, yeah, get it out. I don't know why it's still around. It's broken. Cards like this shouldn't exist. I agree with that. Get it out.
So I think Calamity is a card that could be on the chopping block.
I don't know if you guys can see
I think my chat was kind of suggesting for this. I was more proponent of Appaloosa ban. Maybe keep IP, but definitely one of these two. The main reason why
Alpo banned or IP banned, honestly, I would rather have Alpo banned now and then on the next list have IP banned. But in a perfect dream world, having IP and Alpo banned together would be nice because honestly, I'm fucking tired of seeing IP. I'm just tired of. I'm tired of everyone just ending on IP or having IP there and their spell zone so then they can just summon it and just because IP is SP, right? We all know this. IP is SP and it's annoying to deal with it. Personally, I would love to see both in a ban, but if I had to pick one for right now, it'd be Alpo. So.
I think Appaloosa has to go is because it's almost like too easy to insulate yourself from a lot of plays because of Appaloosa. Like Appaloosa it's just like too easy to summon. Like I said, modern games evolved to a point where summoning 4 monsters or getting 4 link materials worth of bodies for Appaloosa.
Generic link 4, there's no drawbacks to it whatsoever. In today's game where again you can combo for 20 minutes, it needs to get out. So
it's just too easy. And I think that like any deck that can swarm bodies on the board, that's just like a very easy generic piece of end board where I think by banning Appaloosa, you can see more diversity and creativity in end boards, right? That I think could be quite interesting. A good example is like Shijiao Blackout, right? Or like maybe the Ritual Beast end board, like Steeds plus the Link 4, right? Like the Ritual Beast Link 4 plus Steeds. I think we're gonna see more interesting and creative end boards if cards like Appaloosa gets banned. Yeah, even the Fire King end board, right? Like so, I think that would be.
I agree. If Alpha got banned, you would have like more creative end boards. Trap cards would be a little better again. I guess that would be like he said with the Blackout and Shijiao stuff. I do see like feels like that being a thing again, and I think that's cool. I actually enjoy those kind of fields a lot more than just an Alpalooza that can negate like 3 things. I do.
Neat, like Arvada into the rank 8 into
Negates are boring.
Like I think like
guys, negates
you will
are boring.
see more diversity in end boards and more interactive end boards if Appaloosa gets hit, because Appaloosa is honestly a floodgate. Like when your deck don't have outside Appaloosa, you just lose on the spot majority of the time, because Appaloosa in this modern day format just can't be ran over, especially with like Nightmare Phoenix co-linked to it. So yeah, I just think that like Appaloosa is really, really absurd. And if you play the format, you'll see how like toxic it can be, right? So like I literally remember I played the game against Tenpai where I won after getting like triple Dark Hold, right, Geki'd, just because I had made an Appaloosa format Appaloosa with IP and Nats, and it just won me the game, which is crazy, right?
Jesus.
IP Masquerena, like I can see it staying.
Imagine making a form material Alpo with IP and your opponent forgot that it was made with IP and they're just like Raigeki, Dark Hole you, and they're just like, bro, why is it not dying?
I also see getting hit. It definitely makes
on Master Duel, you know,
SP like absolutely absurd. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it could stay because I think like advocating for more removal type interactions is kind of neat. So I can see it staying for like SP purposes. Terraforming banned because it's just like I think the quality of field spells in the game are just like really, really good right now. The Gimmick Puppet FTK Dex has a really good field spell. You have Sanguine Summoning. Like what else is there? You have like Runic Fountain. There's just like too many good field spells I think in the current game, and the field spells are I think
I said this too. Back in the, I don't know what you want to call this era, the lore, the planet eras, the Kashtira, the all that shit, like the Tearlamis, Kashtira, the Mana DM, Scareclaw, back when basically they all had their own field spells, and all of the field spells did 3 things. They all had a removal effect, a adding a card effect, and a attack boosting effect. During that time, I said terraforming should be banned because literally having a 4th copy of every single one of those field spells, this is when field spells started to become even broken as fuck. So, like, having a 4th copy of all those is just insane. Get it out of here. Like, terraforming, get it
out. Necro Valley, like, there's just too many, like, disgusting field spells. So I think, like, having it be hit is good. Like, Nightmare Throne is another good example.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Interesting enough, he mentioned Runic Fountain being... Yeah, like, honestly, Runic Fountain should be limited. Runic Fountain is, in itself, is insane, because if you think about it, every Runic spell is Runic Fountain, because every Runic spell can just summon out Hugin, which Hugin gets you the Fountain, so, yeah, it's crazy.
In the limited section, I have Sega Ash, which I already talked about.
There's Fountain. He's got a Fountain right there.
I think Wanted could stay at 1, but Witch could stay at 3. And the reason why I say that is because I think that Wanted plus the +1 from Wanted is just too OP.
Wanted at 1,
like really, really
I
good.
can get with
I think
that.
You can still keep the engine playable. To summon fire monsters without having like Ponix or like Hydrant without making it too oppressive. Skill Drain 1, I think that's kind of the trends of all the floods. They've been putting all the floods to 1. I think Skill Drain's the next on the chopping block. I think we see that Skill Drain has been stealing a lot of games, and it's just a really
Skill Drain to 1. I see a lot of people saying Skill Drain get banned instantly. I think they'll probably put it to 1 first. I mean, I can see why it can get banned instantly, especially with cards like Snake Eyes that can just get rid of the Skill Drain itself and continue to play and stuff like that, but it being moved down to 1 is probably the more correct play to see how it functions at 1 before completely banning it.
It's a really good flood, honestly. Heavy Storm to 1 is something I took inspiration from the OCG.
Yes.
You see that happen in the TCG as
Heavy
well.
Storm to 1.
Cards like Duster, cards
That's what we need.
Snatch Steal, like all those.
Like, in all seriousness, Heavy Storm does need to come back into the game. I think that we're, this card coming back to 1 would be great. Not only for having more back removal stuff, but also it would give some creativity to like decks like Unchained and stuff like that. Shavar got limited. Having Heavy Storm back is basically like having like 2 Shavars almost. So I think it'll be kind of cool to have Heavy Storm back in.
Those cards are at 1. I think Heavy Storm is gonna be the next kind of like arcade card that comes back to the game. So there's more removal. I don't think maybe there'll be a way to abuse it with like Unchained or something like that, but I think Heavy Storm's definitely next on the list to come back. Second comment, second something to 1. I'll be honest, guys, I have no idea how to hit Tenpai. I try to like.
Nah, fuck this deck. This is, in a perfect world, limit both of these cards together. Limit both of them together in a perfect world. But obviously, they're not going to do that. As of right now, I would rather have the field spell be limited because this is the bullshit card out of both. Because as long as you open up with the Ghost Ogre and they open up with the 1 of Sing-In Summoning and then they activate its effective search and you Ghost Ogre that, you're winning. Like, you're winning that game because now your imperms and stuff like that actually work. They actually matter. But if that still doesn't stop it, then yeah, limit this shit later on down the line. But this has to be limited, bro. I'm so glad that Tenpai's won the Euro Nats because they are finally being recognized for how bullshit of a deck it is. It literally has like the second most representation tops at like the past big tournaments stuff like that. Yes, like get this card to 1.
Put Terraforming Ban to hit Tenpai, limiting the spells to kind of hit Tenpai a bit. I mean, that deck is just like really difficult to hit without killing it. But I think you have to try to lower the consistency.
I don't even care. Just kill the deck. Like, just kill it.
I think some
FTKs don't belong in card games.
Kind of nice. And then Pot of P to 1. This is a card that should have been hit like a while ago.
I agree.
In cash format, like Prosperity, seeing the top 6 cards of your deck arguably is like better than Pot of
This card should have been limited during the cash format. The top 6
cards of your deck is like crazy.
100%.
Right? Like, I think because you get to choose which cards you want. So yeah, I don't know. I think
he said arguably better than Pot of Greed. I said that before. In one of my videos I said that Pot of Prosperity is better than Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed should probably come back to 1 just because of how better Prosperity is, and I guarantee you people were still probably Prosperity over it. I'm not crazy. He even said it too, that it's probably arguably better. I mean, you drawing 2 cards. How many of you played Desires or Extravagance and you drew 2 cards and those 2 cards were useless? But how many times have you activated Pot of Prosperity and 6 cards deep, you found at least 1 card that changed the entire game for you?
Just like digging that deep into your deck is just too crazy. Yamato 1, I think is gonna be a troll hit. They usually does 1 or 2 troll hits. I think Yamato 1 is gonna be the troll hit.
That would be
funny.
funny.
Also playable.
Yamato 1. Yeah, like I hate that. I hate when they hit like certain cards to 1. Wasn't there like a dumb one? Wasn't it Hulk? Hulk was like they limited it and then they banned it, but the limit was like stupid because everyone already played 1 copy of it anyways. So if they do this to Yaman, oh my gosh.
Runic Fountain, Runic Tip. These cards will probably not get hit, but especially because Josh works at Konami. So while Josh still is a Konami employee, I think these cards will probably go to 1. I think Runic Stun has been very prevalent. It has been consistently topping YCSs, Nats, Euros. I mean, they got to do something, right? Like, I know people say that Runic cards aren't the issue, but I do think that like if you hit the Runic Fountains and the tips, it makes Runic Stun a lot worse because they don't get to generate advantages quick, and it buys you enough time to kind of like
Perfect World. Runic Tip and Runic Fountain both limited.
Hit those cards should be kind of nice.
That would be nice. But if I had to pick one now, it would be Fountain.
Honestly, small hit to Ubel. I think Ubel's like gonna be the next deck to kind of like beat the top.
I think this is going to happen. I think the gate will get limited, but everything else that Ubel is doing is going to just live. And then the next list after that, that's when they'll probably get like an actual card hit.
I think is the way to do that. Protos to 1, which is basically keeping Protoss the same, is something I think will happen. I don't think they'll hit Protoss because Retro Beast. I think they understand that like Protoss is a really good card in Retro Beast, but I think they might just keep it at 1. I don't think they'll hit it. Summon Sword could go to 1. I think this is something that, especially because of the new errata, I can see going back to 1.
I don't even know what that card is.
I think Konami is realizing that Yu-Gi-Oh is heading in a game where it's evolving very quickly.
This to 2. This needs to come back to 3. I don't know why it's still at 1.
In terms of power creep, and they are trying to print new hand traps. Like there's like a new Dominus hand traps.
Like the deck that abused this was the Heavy Samurai deck, and that instantly died. And then this got eliminated at the same time or something like that. The only deck that pretty much had like a heavy benefit from it was the super heavy samurai. Yeah, super heavy samurai. Yeah, that was like the only deck that pretty much went like crazy with it. If it was at 3, I would be playing it for sure. I'm pretty sure all of you would as well. I think it just needs to come back. I mean, all these decks do like so much shit anyway, so just bring it back.
That's coming out that like negates special summons. It's like a trap. And I think that Gamma is kind of like a card that
similar to Master Brick,
could be kind of that too. You play 1 break for 2 good cards, should be kind of fine. So I think like they might move Gamma back to 2. I think which original 6 to 3 I already mentioned about. Some honorable mentions would be like Pank going to 3 could be a really fun hit to
Pank to 3. Yeah,
try and some people might take the board breaker approach. So Pank to 3 is good, and I think Change of Heart to 3 is enough.
Change of Heart to 3. Oh my god. Change of Heart to brother, if Change of Heart's at 3, I'm playing 3 all day. Like that card's insane, bro. Like, do you not know how strong that is? So many people will play Change of Heart over Triple Tactics Talent because let's be real, a lot of people are playing talents for like going second purposes because like they use it to just take your opponent's monster. If you're able to play like triple Change of Hearts, brother, I'm just taking the tactics out because that's the main reason why I play it. So I'm just gonna take it out and put in 3 Change of Hearts, bro. If I open 2 Change of Hearts, that card's not once per turn. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm taking your entire field and I'm attacking for game if I just open up with 2 of them. There's times where I open up with like 1 Change of Heart and like Mind Control. Oh my god. Yo.
Another really good, because I think like take cards are like, but I think take cards are something that we've seen increase in popularity, but obviously everyone defaults to hand traps. Maybe by putting more breakers on the list, we might see more of a breaker approach to the metagame. So that'll be, I think, kind of interesting to see. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much my ban list thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. If you
All right, yeah. You guys too. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you guys agree with some of his takes, or if you agree with some of my takes on it, and just let me know. I think the one that to me is just the most laughable one and just doesn't make any sense is the Dogwood one. I just that is just I think that if you're calling for this card to get banned, there's an issue with and you're thinking that Dogwood is the problem. There's an issue with you. Like there's something just man, Pack. Man, he's going through it, man. My man Pat going through it. I understand he didn't top the last 3 big events over here. He's going through it, man. I saw him live stream, Lorcana. He's going through it. But hey, Dogwood's not the problem, my dog. Dogwood is not the problem, all right? It's the time rules. It's these 1-card combos. It's the FTK decks. That's the problem. Let's focus on that. And then after all that's solved, Dogwood is still doing things. Okay, then we handle it then. But let's focus on the main stuff. All right, guys. So I hope you do enjoy these types of videos. If so, let me know. I'm going to make more of these. And I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.